Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we're going to be hopping back into the Spaceship universe for this suggestion, or these suggestions, I should say.
Hi, Martin. It's Rowan from Bracebridge. I want to do a music planet where people are music notes, and their Rex comes to steal their music. And when Rex comes, he brings this tiny, or actually big vacuum that sucks up music. And thanks. I love your podcast. Bye.
Awesome suggestion, Rowan. It looks like we might have one from your brother here, too.
I'm Jack from Bracebridge, and I'm going to have a suggestion for a music planet where they sing everything and then it comes to life, and that there's a tornado, and you swing, and if they get struck in the tornado, that makes them can't sing, so they have to get in their houses, and it steals their beat. Thank you. I love your podcast. Bye.
All right. Well, thank you to Rowan and Jax for those suggestions. I will say, in combining all those things together and making it one cohesive planet, I might have to change a few details, but I hope you like what ends up there. As far as announcements go, I just want to remind everyone that we do have a March contest on to share the podcast on any kind of social media and be entered in a draw for a guaranteed story idea. Now, there's pretty much no wrong way you can do it. If you share the podcast in any way that works for you with other people, you can fill out my Google form letting me know how you shared it, and I will put you in the draw. The winner gets a guaranteed story idea and the option of a little interview at the beginning of it to tell us all about your idea. I ran this last year at about the same time for a few months straight, and I believe I even interviewed Rowan and Jax, the people who suggested this episode, because they do a pretty awesome job of sharing the podcast with everyone they can in and around Bracebridge. But now, it's that time again. Just in case we have a commercial break, I'll put it right here. Perfect. Now, close your eyes, get as comfy as you can in that bed, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. Imagine yourself waking up on Spaceship. Good morning, Spaceship says. You sit up, finding yourself on the couch of the ship. Oh, good morning, Spaceship, you answer. I believe I have discovered a very interesting planet. Oh, cool. I could go for a little adventure. What did you find? You ask. I believe it is a music planet. A planet largely made up of musical notes that have been put together almost like programmable matter. Cool. I mean, I don't even really know what that means, but it sounds like a fun thing to check out, you answer. Setting course, Spaceship says. The ship turns just a little bit downward, and you continue at super hyperdrive until suddenly stopping high above an absolutely beautiful planet. At first, it looks like a pearl hanging in space, shining with soft colors like pink and gold and turquoise and violet. But as you get closer, you notice that the colors seem to ripple. The whole planet glows in little pulses, as if light itself is breathing in and out to a beat, like the beat of a song. And then, even up in the vacuum of space, you hear it. Music. It drifts through spaceship sensors and speakers. Not one song exactly, but hundreds of tiny little melodies weaving through the ship. Some are bright and bouncy, some are slow and dreamy, some sound like humming, and some sound sort of like laughter. "Oh," you whisper. The closer you get, the more beautiful the planet becomes. The clouds below are shaped in long, curling swirls, almost like treble clefs. Great shining rivers curve over the land in loops and arcs, like silver ribbons on a page of music. Forests grow in bands of color, and here and there you see little towns with towers and rooftops rising in all sorts of different shapes. "Prepare to land," Spaceship says. His engines soften, and he glides down towards the ground. Light dances over the window. Tiny bursts of color flicker around the ship like fireflies. When the ship lands, the ramp lowers with a little hiss. Immediately, warm air flows inside. It smells kind of like flowers and fresh bread and rain on top of stone, if that makes any sense. And there's something else in the air, too. Something impossible. It smells the way singing might smell if singing had a smell. Bright and clean and happy. You step down on the ground. The grass beneath your feet is soft and springy, and every step makes the faintest musical note. A little doe, a little ray, a tiny shimmering me. You try another step, and this time it gives you another note. Soon, you're carefully walking in a small circle just to hear the tune the ground makes under you. "Remarkable," Spaceship says. The surface appears to be mildly responsive to rhythm. You look over to the town nearby. It's one of the prettiest places you've ever seen. Small houses curve and spiral as if they were shaped by wind and song instead of bricks and wood. Shop roofs arc up like wings. Statues stand in the middle of little squares, some shaped like giant harps, some like singing birds, some like people with open mouths and streams of carved notes floating around them. Colorful banners hang between buildings, shifting gently in the breeze. Little fountains rise and fall in really cool patterns, each splash sounding almost like a song of its own. And moving through the streets are people. Or, well, at first you think they're tiny floating symbols made of light, but then one comes closer and you realize it's a living music note. It's small and glossy and black, like a note written on paper, but it shines at the edges with sort of rainbow colors. It has bright eyes, tiny little arms, and little feet that tap in time as it walks, and makes the same notes your feet did as you walked. It bobs slightly with each step, as if even walking for it is kind of like dancing. The little music note stops in front of you and gives a cheerful bow. "Hello," it says, or sort of sings. Its voice is clear and sweet, and as it sings or speaks, two tiny golden notes float out of its mouth and drift upward before dissolving into sparks. You blink in surprise. "Welcome to the music planet." "Hello," you say. Happy to be here." "I am called Quava," says the note proudly, "and I am on welcoming duty today. which is a very important duty because it involves smiling, bowing, and showing people around. That does sound important. It is extremely important, says Quaver. Visitors become cranky if you don't know how to show them to the snack stand. I guess that's accurate, you respond. Quaver floats up a little higher, circling in front of you. Would you like a tour? I can show you the singing gardens, the melody market, the chorus square, the instrument fountains, and the house-making circle. We are very proud of the house-making circle. You nod right away. Yes, please, you say. Quaver turns and begins skipping down the path. You follow through the town, while Spaceship shrinks behind you and sort of floats behind. As you walk, you notice something extraordinary. Nothing here seems still at all. The houses don't wobble exactly, but they seem to hold a little hum inside them. Decorations hanging from windows chime in the breeze. The statues themselves seem to sort of resonate with music of their own. Even the food displayed in little stands has a sort of musical quality, as if it's made up of vibrations of sound. It all looks alive, you say. Quaver glances back at you with a smile. That's because it is all made from song. All of it? You ask. All of it, Quaver responds. He leads you through the wide open square in the center of town. In the middle is a circular stage made of smooth, pale stone. Around it stands several music notes with people of all different shapes. Some are round and bold, others are long and elegant, some are brightly colored, some sparkle like ink. Around the stage, a crowd is gathered. What happens here? You ask. Here, the little note says, is where we sing things into existence. You stare at the stage. You mean you really, literally sing things into existence? Of course. How else would you make a house? You open your mouth and then close it again. Spaceship answers for you. On most planets, there is usually a somewhat more annoying construction process, he explains. How dreadful, Quaver answers. A few more note people float onto the stage. They arrange themselves in a little semicircle. Quaver lowers its voice to a whisper. Watch carefully. This one is one of our best building songs. The notes on the stage take a breath together, and then they begin. They weave together a beautiful melody, and as they sing, little musical notes rise out of their mouth and begin to spin around them. You stand completely still, just watching as the notes float and gather and connect, and then build themselves. A glowing outline appears in the air, floors, walls, windows, then a curved roof with little decorative swirls. The shining notes knit themselves together with beams and edges and doors and shutters, until in front of your eyes, right there in the square, a beautiful little house forms out of pure music. The sound ends. The last note hangs in the air for a moment like a star. Then there's silence. The house stands complete. Quaver turns to you, glowing with pride. See? It says. That's amazing, you respond. Yes, Spaceship adds. I am also impressed. You walk up to the building and place a hand on the wall. It feels warm and as if it's humming gently. And then, somewhere far away, just at the edges of your hearing, you hear a different sound. That, Spaceship says, does not sound like local music. Quaver's smile falters, and above the town, a shadow begins to pass by. You look up, and at first all you can see is a dark shape sliding across the glowing sky, but then the shape lowers, and your eyes widen. It's a spaceship, but not just any spaceship. It's shaped like a giant T-Rex head, unmistakably one of Rex's or Rex's clones. The ship hovers over the square with a great mechanical growl. Wind whips through the town. Banners flap. The little musical notes below begin to huddle together, their bright edges trembling. Then a hatch opens in the ship's belly, and a metal platform lowers down. Standing on it, wearing his normal white lab coat fluttering in the wind, is a Rex clone. For those of you who might not know, Rex is an evolved T-Rex scientist, and he looks as annoying and dramatic as ever right here. "Citizens of Music Planet," he booms, "rejoice! Your civilization is about to become useful." Nobody rejoices. Quaver hides partly behind your leg. "I do not like him." "That's because your instincts are excellent," you say. The Rex clone paces across the platform as though he's giving a lecture to a room of adoring people. "For years," he announces, "I have searched for a better building material for my ship. Metal is heavy, crystal is fragile. Self-folding nanofoam is expensive and it gets stuck in the vents. But now, I have discovered your marvelous musical matter." He points directly at the buildings of the village. "Programmable, responsive, reformable, structurally elegant matter. You sing it one way, it becomes a house. You sing it another way, it becomes a bridge or a wing or a laboratory, or perhaps a nacho dispenser or something." He pauses. "Mostly the laboratory, though, for my cases." Quaver peeks out from behind you. "We are not programmable matter. We are people." The Rex clone squints down at Quaver. Yes, obviously. People-ish, anyways. Very charming. Also, unbelievably useful." You step forward, activating your watch, allowing your spacesuit armor to fold around your body. "Leave them alone," you say. "Oh, it's you. I thought you might be here. And Spaceship too. Ah, well." Rex pulls a lever beside him. Immediately, the belly of the T-Rex ship opens wider, and a massive tube drops down from underneath it. The tube glows with pulsing red light and begins to whine louder and louder. "What's that?" you ask. "It appears to be a gigantic vacuum device," Spaceship answers. The Rex clone laughs. "Not just a vacuum device, a resonant extraction engine. It identifies the musical structures of your town and pulls them apart at the very note level." Quaver gasps, and the other music people begin to cry out in frightened little melodies that still sound absolutely beautiful somehow. "No," Quaver shouts. But the engine is already starting. A swirling force tears through the square. You watch in horror as the beautiful new house on stage begins to shimmer. Its walls tremble, then glowing notes start to peel out of it one by one, then in streams, and then in a rushing cloud. They rip through the air and vanish into the clone's vacuum machine thingy. The house caves in and disappears. The whole crowd cries out. Then the extraction beam swings across the town, absorbing a statue that looks like a harp. A food stand loses its shining trays, its shelves, its striped roof, and even its little sign. Across the street, a whole shop folds in on itself as the notes are torn free from the walls. "Oh no, he's taking everything," you yell. "Yes," Spaceship says. "That seems to be his very rude plan." All around you, the town begins to become, undone. The carved arch over the square disintegrates. The fountain loses its graceful stone and becomes a swirl of notes. Platters of glowing food vanish right out of people's hands. Tables, doors, lamps, benches, flower boxes, roof tiles, market stalls, statues, signs. Everything that's ever been made of song rips apart and is sucked in to Rex's ship. The air that had been so full of beauty is now just full of frightened sounds from the little note people. "Our homes," Quaver says, "our market, our gardens." You look around. A little note family stands where their house once was, staring at the empty space. A cluster of little note children try to gather up floating scraps of melody as if they could somehow push them back together. Even the snack stand is gone. The people look absolutely devastated. And then Rex's ship begins to change, as if the outsides are sort of reforming themselves. New fins unfold, a turret rises from the back, decorative ridges form along the neck, a set of extra engines bloom near the tail. He cackles in delight. "Look at that! It works even better than I imagined. Responsive, instant ship upgrades. Soon my entire vessel will be made out of adaptive musical matter." He leans over the railing and points a tiny claw at you. "And there's nothing you can do about it." "Stop!" you yell, but Rex's clone's ship starts moving fast away. You race through the streets that are becoming emptier by the second. A row of decorative towers is stripped bare before your eyes. All around you, the town becomes bare and open. "Well," Rex says, "I think that will do for my first collection, though I may return later for more." He begins raising the platform back into the ship. "No," Waver says. You look at the ruined town and feel a heavy sadness. That is one of the rudest things you've ever seen. "We can rebuild," Quaver says weakly. "But he stole so many notes, so many songs. It will take a very long time." You look up at Rex's ship. Its hull is glowing now with streams of stolen music weaving through it like veins of light. Spaceship flies over beside you. He may have taken what they already sang into existence, but that is not the same as taking music itself. "What do you mean?" you ask. "I mean, as long as the people here have the ability to create music, they can recreate everything that has been taken." "And," you say, "maybe they can create something to stop him altogether. Quaver, I have an idea. What if you guys sing into existence like a giant cannon that can shoot down Rex's ship, or I don't know, tear it apart using sound vibrations or something?" That is an excellent idea. Quaver looks back at the others. They all nod in unison, and then they begin to sing. The musical notes leave their mouths. They swirl around in the air, and then, bit by bit, they start forming themselves into what looks like a gigantic cannon. It starts as an outline, and then the pieces begin to fill in, until eventually there's a gigantic sound cannon standing in front of you. "Now, fire," Quaver says, flying over to the cannon and hitting a gigantic button on it. The cannon aims itself at Rex's ship and unleashes a blast of pure sound energy. As the energy hits his ship, the ship begins to shake. The little pieces of programmable music matter that were making up the new fins and engines start to crack and break apart into their original music notes. And then the hull of Rex's ship itself starts to crack. You see a small explosion, and the ship starts to fly down towards the ground to some sort of crash landing, leaving behind the programmable music matter. The ship explodes in the distance, but you see a smaller ship take off from it. An escape pod, you realize, as you watch the much smaller T-Rex-shaped head shoot off into the sky. Then, the music people begin to sing once again. This time, the little musical notes weave their way up into the sky, over towards the debris of musical notes that is now falling like rain from, well, Rex's ship, or what's left of it. The little music notes from the song catch the other musical notes that Rex originally absorbed. They fly through the air, they weave above the city, and they begin quickly forming themselves back into the same village that was there before. The bakeries are recreated, the stores and statues are recreated, the houses and street lamps come back into existence, looking even better and more beautiful than before. Eventually, the people stop singing, but you can feel the resonant sound of the village being rebuilt. It's full once again. "Thank you," Quaver says. "You have saved our city." You're welcome. Rex is kind of my fault after all. He tends to follow me around and try to stop my plans. We have sort of a love-hate relationship, you might say, you explain. "Interesting," Quaver responds. "Anyways, I guess I better go. It was really cool meeting you guys and, well, seeing how you create matter out of song. Really neat." Spaceship glows in front of you and then grows larger and larger until it's a normal-sized ship once again. You climb back aboard the ship, the doors close behind you, and Spaceship flies up into the air, through the treble clef-shaped clouds, and out into space once again. You just lay down on the couch. The lights dim, you close your eyes, and you just listen to the sound of the ship. The humming coming from all around you, rising and falling. And as you listen, you just focus on your breath, noticing as your stomach rises and falls, And with each breath, you try to let go of a little more tension from your muscles. You start with your legs, letting go of any tension. Then you move on to your arms and your shoulders and your neck. And with each breath, you sink down a little bit deeper. And the deeper you sink, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you sink, until it feels like you're floating on a cloud. You still hear the beautiful melodies singing inside your mind as it wanders off to thoughts of new dreams, new adventures, and new songs to come. Good night, everyone.